Hi, I'm Mr. Nazarian. Today our learning objective is to be able to divide a fraction by a whole number. So our problem today is to take 1/3 and divide it by 2. So in this case we have where the dividend is a fraction in 1/3 divided by a whole number 2. So the divisor is a whole number. So in order to represent this, we're going to use this rectangle as our whole, and now we want to create our dividend, which is 1/3. So I'm going to take my whole and I'm going to break it into 3 equal pieces. So now one of these pieces represents 1/3. So remember, we want to take the 1/3 and divide it by 2. So I'm going to take this 1/3 and I'm going to divide it into 2 equal parts. So I'm going to use this dotted line to show here that I'm dividing into 2 equal parts. And now we can see that, hold on a second here, that I took this 1/3, I divided it into 2 equal parts. So this part right here would be my quotient. And when we look at this, it looks like, oh, well, we're talking about half. The quotient must be half. But if we question the reasonableness of that, we would see that if I take 1/3 and if I divide it by 2, I should have a smaller quotient. And if 1/2 was the answer, that couldn't be reasonable because 1/2 we know is greater than 1/3. So what we need to do is we need to, hold on one second here, we need to divide each of these thirds by 2. So I'm going to do this and do this. So now what we're looking at is this shaded part is one of how many, now that they're equally divided pieces all the way through this one whole, we can see that this is 1, right, out of, so we've got 1 shaded piece out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total pieces. So we can see that if we take 1/3, we divide it by 2, then we will now have 1/6. So 1/3 divided by 2 equals 1/6. And that is how you divide a fraction by a whole number.